A couple of poems that I published in the Dauntless Raven. So this is from our first Dauntless Raven that came out last spring. And this one is called Red-Tailed Hawk. Derek Chapman asked me to read it, so I figure I don't get requests very often. I'm going to totally take advantage of that. And I wrote this about a red-tailed hawk I saw perched on the side of the Gator Center, which somehow I didn't work Gator Center into my poem, but I probably should have, which is right next to Virginia Western. Red-tailed hawk. The image of the red-tailed hawk could not be caught by smartphone lens. I was witness to the primal profile, the cunning head, the hooking beak, the whisper of her wide wings. She landed on a mundane ledge a workaday Wednesday morning. I stopped to stare at this bird far larger than a robin. She did not watch back. The speckled yellow on her throat was the Garret Aight beyond memory. The pictures I took did not please. She became a rounded roosting shape where all the rain and blood of morning rain. So yeah, about the limitations of trying to take pictures with my phone. This is another one from the first Dauntless Raven. It's called Dreams of Dogs. And I wrote it because I tend to dream of my dogs. One of the dreams that I remember most vividly from my childhood was of one of my childhood dogs. And then I had a dream, I guess around the time I wrote this poem a few years ago, of another childhood dog. So there's two dogs in this dream, and they're both Cocker Spaniels, so if that helps kind of keep things straight. Dreams of dogs. Spaniels, the merry cocker. The basement stairs of my childhood home led down to a forest deep with leaves. Chlorophyll layers alive with shadows. Molly, the black dog I had watched die that day, stood at the top of those stairs, as she so often had, but this time not asking for egress. My brother and I had dropped to our knees. Her side moved up and down, then stopped. We both cried in front of the man who'd hit her, kind enough to stand there with us as she died. She'd been pointing birds, keen on the mulch mounds my mother was spreading in the yard. She'd stop, lift one front paw, then settle into eternity, watching in a way she never had to be taught. Once, my aunt trimmed the fur on the top of Molly's head, saying, "It's a shame to hide such fine eyes." She took a long time, making careful snips with her beautician's scissors, so that, in the end, the black fur made a wavy pattern I can still feel under my empty hand. So that was for Molly, my black Cocker Spaniel. And then this last one is about Kurt Cobain. So he died when I was a junior in high school, and I see kids in Virginia Western wearing Kurt Cobain shirts, and then I realized that Kurt Cobain's daughter, Frances Bean, is now in her 20s, and when I found that out, that just really made me realize that time had sincerely passed. So Kurt Cobain was a rock star in the 90s, died young. So. It's called The Plane, which is the title of one of his songs. Kurt Cobain, I wish you had lived to grow fat with the rest of us, middle-aged, spreading our faces, and life's lock on us tightening as the years in love ripened. At least you were wise enough to have that baby. Smell of skin and silky scalp sensations you got a chance to learn as well. Being over 30, you would have become less trustworthy. Maybe even done commercials advertising ladies' lingerie or German cars, and all of us who once stomped the mosh pit could have sighed with disappointment and relief to know we are not alone in our grief.